I used to think I was working hard, but then I filmed one real set to failure, and it humbled me. For life. If you ever feel like you stop your set short because it starts to feel uncomfortable, you have to watch this video, my friend, because that's exactly what I used to do. And that's exactly why I couldn't move above where I always have been. I never put on more muscle because I didn't know how to train to failure. In this video, you will have everything you need to know about failure, how to train to failure, how often to train to failure, everything you can think of. So don't even bother watching another video. This is what you need. So I want you to put the phone down, don't touch your mouse and keyboards, and just listen. Preferably take some notes and just listen, bro. Enjoy the experience, because this is actually gonna make a difference. This is gonna change your life. Trust me, I've been exactly where you are right now. I've made every single mistake in the book you can think of. And this is what finally worked. This is what I've been able to do my first year of training. And this is what my friend Tommy has been able to do in only 6 months of training. He started from zero. So, you have 3 choices. Stay stuck, keep guessing, or watch this video. This video will work in a format when I first tell you the mistake, then how to fix it, then we move throughout the video like this. So the first mistake that you probably are doing, I was doing, is that you are not training hard enough because it's hard. It does feel hard, it does feel uncomfortable, so you don't go to failure. And this is a very simple fix, my friend. I've been doing this for so long that you could probably make a book about me. You could write a fucking story about me and you would sell that for money. The reason why this feels hard is because your testosterone is low. When your testosterone is low, effort feels hard, not just in the gym, basically in everyday life. You don't feel like getting out of bed, you don't feel like eating hard meals, you don't feel like going to the gym when you don't feel like it. That's low testosterone. There are a few ways to fix this. The way you can build up your testosterone is simple. Daily sunlight, doing something hard every single day even if you don't feel like it, and being competitive, even with yourself, bro. Because chances are you don't even try in the gym. You don't even try to beat your old self from a week ago in the gym. So you have no purpose in the gym, basically. You just go lift like a fucking brain dead. That's what I did. I went to the gym 6 times a week, but I look the same. So to do this, to get used to the hard feeling of training, you have to get used to it by using discipline. Do not rely on motivation. It's useless. You have to rely on discipline. Go to the gym, especially on those days you don't feel like going. And this is gonna build your mind so strong that failure will feel like home. One little tip I'll give you here is that if you take cold showers every single day, you will naturally train your brain to like doing hard things. So going to failure will not be an issue anymore. I have one friend who also is named Thomas, and he told me, once he started taking cold showers daily in the morning before going to work, before going to the gym, he realized that when he's in the gym, it's kind of easier to train to failure. And that's true, because the cold is uncomfortable, but you go there anyway, so you train your brain like this every single morning to do hard things. Try it. The second mistake, my friend, I see people doing the most is that they do go to failure, kind of, but they sacrifice their form. It looks like this, basically. They grab their dumbbells and they swing it up, you know, or the barbell. It basically looks like this, bro. I'm gonna show you. They take the dumbbells, you know, the first few reps look okay, you know, but then once it gets a little bit hard, they can't handle it. Don't know if you can see me, hopefully. They can't handle it, so they do this. Yeah, that's not failure, bro. Fucking shut up. If you want to train hard in a way that will build muscle, you have to fucking keep your form strict. I know it's gonna be hard. Sacrificing your form for failure is a pussy mistake. So the thing is, brother, do not train to failure if your form is sacrificed. Go to failure only with strict reps. That's gonna keep you injury free. That's gonna give you the best mind-muscle connection, which also is gonna give you the best muscle growth. Doing cheat reps, actually, like I showed you, is going past failure, not to failure. It's different. That's a different ballpark. We're gonna get there later. The third thing, my friend, is that you think you're training hard enough, but you're not. You're far from it. Listen, when I was younger and I was going to the gym, I used to actually fake failure. I've been talking about this in my other videos, but if you're new here, I used to fake failure when I was training with my friend who actually saw me training to failure, yeah. And he said, okay, if Lucas is going to failure, I'm gonna go to failure. So he did. Do you know what happened? He overtook me in just 1 year of training with me. He got bigger than me. So, yeah. You may think you're training hard enough, but you're not. If you filmed your set, you would see that, okay, this rep looked kind of slow, but I think if I actually tried harder, I would get 2 more, probably. 1 definitely, maybe 2 more. But really, I have to ask you a question. You have to think after every set you do. Did I actually give my all? Is this everything I'm capable of doing? The answer is yes. Then you don't have to listen to me now. But if the answer is no, you know your answer. So the way you can actually do this is every training, try to add 1 more rep. Every time, no matter what, 1 more rep. And eventually you're gonna start hitting that wall to failure. And you're gonna realize, okay, I see how much I've been pussying out until now. Okay, this one is powerful. Ignore this and you're gonna be here next week wondering why. So, another mistake is that you are powering your way up, but then letting the weight fall without controlling it. Bro, this is 50% of gains just wasted like that. Just like that. There's actually been many studies showing that the lowering part of every exercise is the most muscle building. So when you actually skip this and you only power through up, you're wasting so much, bro. You don't even realize. My biceps used to be my weakest body part, yeah? The moment I changed this from swinging like a pussy to actually squeezing and then lowering slowly all the way down and then doing it again for 10, 12 reps, they started to grow. But to do this, you might have to lower the weight because yes, it is significantly harder, but your muscles will thank me later because they don't give a shit what the number on that dumbbell is. They care about the resistance they receive. But with this, be aware of this one trap that I've fallen into as well when I was practicing this. When I was doing incline bench press, like 2 months ago, this was my staple exercise. That was what I was doing, yeah? But I tried to do this so much, like I over-focused on this, that I lowered the weight so much that my stimulus was not that high actually. I tried to over-optimize everything to the point when I was lifting too light. You still have to pick up heavy shit. Go from 6 to 15 reps. But don't train like a robot, train with a purpose now. The reason this happened is because I listened to people online and I tried to over-optimize everything and then boom, I lifted light shit and it didn't grow anything. Alright, another mistake. Here's what most people get wrong. They try to go to failure only on the last set. Here's what you actually have to do. You have to go to failure on every single set in the gym. Go intensity up, and actually that's gonna give you so much muscle. You're not even gonna believe your own eyes, bro. The moment I started doing this, yes, my workouts feel hard, but that's how it should be. Your workouts should actually scare you a little bit. If they don't scare you, you are not training hard enough. You have to actually be a little bit afraid before every set you do. So don't fall for the bullshit trap that people on steroids who do 10 exercises per 1 muscle group tell you that you only need to go to failure on the last set. No, fuck off. You are natural, and the best way to get the best out of your training is to go all out. Don't leave anything on the table. You are not training hard enough. This video is about that. This video is actually gonna tell you, if you do everything I tell you in this video, you're actually gonna do what you want to do. You're gonna put on muscle. You're gonna have problems with buying shirts. Look how tight this shit is. I'm not even that big. I just follow what I'm telling you to do, bro. So unless your goal is to stay frustrated and small, do not ignore this part. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it. Okay, this next part is actually even more important than the part before. And most people get this wrong. They get a nice pump, you know, they feel big and shit, but they don't actually get stronger or increase volume over time. They just basically stay the same. All they do is train to failure like I told you to do, but they don't see any progress. And the reason this happens is because they are wandering through the gym like headless chickens, hoping that someday something will change. This is not the way how it's fucking done, bro. If you keep doing this mistake, then expect to stay small forever. Because this step isn't cute, but it's necessary. My friend, to avoid this, you actually have to track your lifts, because progressive overload is king. That's basically when you lift more heavy shit or for more reps over time. Let's say week 1, you do bicep curls with 12 kilograms for 10 reps. The week 2, you do them for 11 reps. Or you add more weight and you do the same reps. Basically, always try to add more and lift more. Doesn't matter if you increase the weight or reps. The point is, you always try to progress upwards. The reason they stay small is because they are in the straight line. Maybe it's something like this, you know. They go up, they go down, and it keeps going like this forever. That's not what you want to do. And this trap is so easy to fall into because the pump feels amazing. You see yourself in the mirror and you can't wait, you can't stop to look at yourself, you know? You flex your shit. But the thing is, that's not gonna give you anything. If you chase the pump, you have to chase progress. Think of it like this. That's the guy who chases the pump, you know, years gone by, still look the same. And this is the guy who actually does things right and tracks his lifts and progressively overloads. There is a reason the most jacked guys do this. There is a reason why every big guy I see in my gym that's like twice as wide as me, they have a little notebook with them like this, and I see them between the sets like writing shit down. There's a reason they do this. So do it too, and you're gonna see so much muscle growth you're not even gonna believe your own eyes. Okay, brother, 2 things only left. And the first thing is, they rush through workouts thinking that shorter rest equals harder work. Quite the opposite. This ends up being a cardio session where they sweat buckets, they do their work in 30 minutes, and they leave the gym sweaty and exhausted for the rest of the day. Yeah, that's what I see most people doing. This is not effective hypertrophy training. And hypertrophy means muscle growth. Here's what you need to do. Instead of rushing through your breaks, you have to rest long enough to give your all on the next set. So usually for isolation exercises like bicep curls or tricep extensions, you should rest for 1 to 2 minutes max. For compound lifts like bench press, squats, deadlifts, you know the drill. Rest for 2, 3 to 4 minutes. You should be able to push again, not just limp through the workout. And the last thing, my friend, is, I already talked about this kind of, but I'm gonna say this again with more emphasis because this is what my friend Tommy has been focusing on the most out of all of this. And that's exactly why he's been able to do this in only 6 months. The shit he's done in those 6 months is insane. He doesn't take steroids, he doesn't do any crazy shit, he just follows one routine and does this one last thing. The thing most people get wrong is that they don't have any logbook, they don't track their lifts, they intuitively go into the gym hoping they will somehow remember what their last weight on this specific exercise was. So they basically go to the gym guessing what they did and try to, it does not work like that because our brains are not wired to remember the past very correctly. So you have to rely on data. When you don't have data, you're not gonna be able to build muscle. The reason Tommy has been able to do this is that he knows exactly what he did 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, 1 day ago. It doesn't matter what. He can just pull up his phone, find the app, and exactly see what he has to do today to beat that shit and actually build more muscle. Make the muscle stronger, bigger. So if you're not writing down your weights and the reps each week, you're just guessing. And guessing will not build muscle. That effort might feel hard today, but unless you're beating what you did last week, You're just maintaining. Your logbook doesn't lie and guessing doesn't grow muscle. This is just one part of what I teach young men just like you to build their dream bodies. So if you think you actually want to achieve something huge in the gym and build that body you always wanted, I'm gonna take you through this journey where there are more things than training to failure. This is just one thing of the whole program. You have to click the first link in the description because that's exactly why Tommy looks the way he does now, because the whole 6 months I've been by his side helping him. I'm gonna be by your side as well. Picture like a coach during a boxing match. I'm gonna tell you his weaknesses and what punches you can throw. Brother, you waited long enough, so now act like it. We also have a free Discord server, so if you want to join as well, click the second or whatever link that is in the description. You're gonna find it, bro. You're smart. So remember, before you click off, we go above and beyond. Wappa!